This Week in Baltimore Eating with Richard Gorelick. And I'm Amanda. That is Richard. You can join us here every Thursday at 12:30 to talk about everything food related in Baltimore. This Week in Baltimore Eating is brought to you by Eddie's of Roland Park, your neighborhood gourmet grocer on Roland Avenue in North Charles Street in Baltimore. All right, Richard, what are we going to talk about today?
Amanda.
What?
It's Restaurant Week.
Yay! We love Restaurant Week.
Amanda and I do. We love Restaurant Week.
It's a tradition for us.
Yeah. We have to tell why.
We do.
It starts tomorrow. So Restaurant Week, when Amanda and I were both working at the Baltimore Sun, was just
a massive thing.
It was a big
It was an
thing
undertaking
for us. We created this massive, every year, photo gallery of restaurants participating in Restaurant Week.
Yes, it was comprehensive.
It was comprehensive, and putting the thing together was intense. Mm-hmm. Lots of coding. Lots of information.
The good old days, coding.
And I can't say now, all these years later, that it wasn't junk. Because it was kind of junk, you know?
I'm not going to let you call my work junk.
No. But Amanda, we could just have easily put that stuff in a list. There was no reason to present
it's not visually pretty. Yes. I know what you're saying. You're calling my job clickbait. That's what you're saying.
I am calling it.
And
that.
I get that. But did it work?
It did.
Did it work?
Did.
Yeah.
So having said what I just said, which was not, I didn't mean it to be, it was, junk is too strong a word, but boy. Like, yeah.
We used to do it. We did it up. It was great. We would pick what we wanted to eat at each place.
And I would say, this is going back 10 years maybe that we're talking about this? Maybe
not that far.
Maybe 8 years. I'd say 8 years ago, there was, would you say there was a lot more excitement about Restaurant Week?
It was sort of a new concept. Yeah. Now it happens often and it happens everywhere.
And it happens.
It happens.
And
then it gets extended.
It does. I was talking to someone about the extending. The extending thing is not a big surprise anymore or delightful surprise. It just is something that's built into the system. It's a given.
Yeah.
Having said that, Restaurant Week still works.
Oh, yeah.
It still works. I think it's useful to think of Restaurant Week as a promotion for the restaurant industry. Mm-hmm. It's a promotion to get people into restaurants during the slowest weeks of the summer, and here, traditionally one of the slowest weeks of the winter after the Christmas holiday and before Valentine's Day. So it makes sense to have a restaurant promotion. Yeah. If you look at it that way, as a diner, that it's designed to get you to go to a restaurant, I think you'll have a good time at the Restaurant Week. If you think of it as kind of a weird public service or a charitable thing.
No, but it's not.
It's not a bargain dining thing.
It's not for us, really.
It is if you let it be, I think. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Okay.
Don't resist it out of some kind of misguided spite towards it. It's a real thing, and I like going to the Restaurant Week menus to see which restaurants seem to have really embraced the whole Restaurant Week thing with a lot of enthusiasm, and they get it.
Yes.
And the menus look like they're very thoughtful is a word I like to use. So I kept looking for thoughtful menus to help decide where I would want to go. Right.
And so online at jmoreliving.com, you did a really great list of your 10 top menu picks, which we're going to talk about. I agree that it really makes a difference when a restaurant is thoughtful about what their offerings are. They want to give us something. It's a special week. It's a promotion. We should get something out of this.
That's what I was. Yes. Yeah, that was a point I was trying to make. We do get something out of it if we think of it from the restaurant's point of view and our point of view too. We shouldn't be suckers about it, but the thing is designed. But that's why I like to see a restaurant like Gertrude's.
Right.
Year after year, Gertrude's.
They're like a norm for Restaurant Week.
I think, offerings. To me, they sort of set a standard for how to compile a Restaurant Week menu.
I have no idea where your list went. Do you have it?
That's okay. No, I don't.
I don't know how that happened. You had it a minute ago.
Yeah.
Here. Well, anyway.
We'll be okay.
Call it up.
If you look at the, go to the website, the Baltimore Restaurant Week website, and look at Gertrude's, you can see the menu they designed has about 6 appetizers and 6 entrees and a couple desserts. But among those appetizers and entrees are options that are gluten-free
And vegan.
And vegan. To me, it's really thoughtful. So I was looking for restaurants that had at least 4 appetizers and 4 entrees.
Right. When they just offer you like one thing in each category off of the regular menu, it doesn't get me in the door.
Or even 3.
I don't want to try it.
Seems like it's like when you go to a wedding or when you get a wedding invitation, you have to check off salmon,
right,
or steak or
right.
chicken.
Those are that's it. That's what you get.
It just doesn't grab my attention.
Yeah, and I noticed Encantada also had a lot of vegan options on their menu.
Yes, that would make sense because they're a vegetarian-based restaurant. But it was good to see a restaurant that's not marketed like Encantada is as a vegan or vegetarian restaurant doing more thoughtful vegan food.
You said you wanted to try their one straw farm Bloody Mary veggie jambalaya with vegan sausage or the curried root vegetable bisque at Gertrude's.
Yeah, I wouldn't naturally go looking for vegetarian fare, but I would happily eat any of those, that entree and that appetizer.
So what I try to do with Restaurant Week is go somewhere I've never gone before.
Yeah, that's the way I think a lot of people approach it.
Because I like to check it all off my list. Like, to me, it's the opportunity to I finally get to go try this place, and this place. The problem is I do like my usuals, like Brewers Art always does a good Restaurant Week menu.
There's one of my favorites.
Right. And you mentioned that, and like you mentioned the elephant. Brewers Art has like a brown butter parsnip puree with duck leg confit.
For sheer winter hardiness, I think Brewers Art got mine.
It's a cozy kind of place. It's good for that. But yes, I do try to make an effort. I like to hit somewhere between 3 and 5 during the week.
That's pretty good,
including the extension that's bound to happen. And I want to try the new places, and then I can at least be like, okay, checked off. Now I know if I want to go back seriously.
That's the way to use Restaurant Week, to try out a new place, to get a little get a window into it to see if you want to come back for the full experience.
I want someone out there to tell us how you Restaurant Week. What is your tradition? What do you do? You could almost make a progressive dining experience out of it if you really wanted to work to figure that out. You could sort of, walk yourself down Charles Street and start with a lunch offering somewhere.
Lots of lunches this year. I like that Brewers Art was having a Saturday lunch. I love the idea of a Saturday lunch at Brewers
Brunches, Art. Right?
Lots of brunches. Minnow is having its first Restaurant Week.
I have not been to Minnow.
No, and I think they had a pretty good menu.
That would be a good one to try. I have to shout out to Gunther and Company only because they have a shakshuka. I know.
You and your shakshuka.
Yeah, me and my shakshuka. I have a shakshuka love affair. And they're the only menu I saw offering a shakshuka. That's for their brunch.
Chicken pot pies and chocolate torts.
Lots of pot pies. There was a crab pot pie somewhere, too. Where was that? Do I know? Oh, at the food market. The food market had a crab pot pie.
Food market had a really good menu, I have to say.
There were also tons of Brussels sprouts everywhere. Everyone. Biroteca. Blue Hill Tavern sounded interesting because they have blue cheese mussels and a wild mushroom gnocchi. There was a lot of gnocchi.
Where was that?
That was at Blue Hill Tavern. But lots of gnocchis too, probably because it's a winter thing. Do you want me to tell them what else was on your list?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so we have Brewers Art, which we talked about.
Brewers Art.
The Elephant, which if you haven't been yet, is the old brass elephant.
And a new chef. There's a new chef at the Elephant.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to recommend that.
Yeah, that's great.
There's a name there? I forget.
Orlando Amaro.
Orlando Amaro. Just a month or two into his term there. So that would be why I'm recommending the Elephant.
Yeah, I haven't actually been since they changed chefs. Yep. I went for oysters one night and some appetizers. I like oysters.
Keep going.
Germano's Piatini. Did I say that right?
Yep. That's the only Little Italy restaurant I chose.
I saw Sabatino's.
No, it's the only Little Italy restaurant I chose.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Gertrude's, you talked about.
Yep.
Point South Latin Kitchen.
Man, that's what I've been meaning to go to.
Yes.
I've been meaning to go there since it opened. Never got around to it. Really liked the chef there, Ray Eugenio, formerly of Roy's.
Oh.
And I think one of the Bagby restaurants too. But man, they have a really great looking menu.
Yeah.
Lots of South American influences.
Peruvian, yeah. You liked the spicy shrimp with Peruvian pepper sauce and the beef short ribs braised in bittersweet chocolate sauce.
Yeah.
And some yuca croquettes.
Yep.
Okay. In Bloom, which I have not been to.
That's a new incarnation of Live to Eat down in South Baltimore.
Yeah, I should try that. It would be a good one for me to try. See, I'm making my list while we're doing this. Rachel knew American cuisine, which I didn't even know was a thing. I had no idea.
I kind of did, and then I looked at their menu, and it looks kind of very welcoming, a very accessible menu. But,
straightforward.
Yeah.
Winterized
That's down in
options.
Locust Point, or it's on
Fed
Fort
Hill.
Avenue.
Yeah, it's on Fort.
If it's on Fort, it's not in Fed Hill, no matter what anybody
Okay,
says.
fine.
I'm not sure it's in Locust Point. It could be in Riverside.
Oh, yes.
Riverside.
Oh, yes, Riverside. You know how people get about their neighborhoods here. You got to get it right. All right, Salt Tavern, which
old
is
Reliable.
that I've probably done Restaurant Week at Salt Tavern countless times because it's a great place to go for Restaurant Week.
Really built for something like restaurant.
It is. Sobo Cafe. I've done that too. And Wine Market, which I think I've done as well.
Yeah, and a lot in south of Federal Hill.
South
Federal
Baltimore.
and south.
Yeah. So tell us where you're going. Check out Richard's list. And also you can go to restaurantweek.com and see what their offerings are. Everyone's menus are up. Most menus are up. There's dozens and dozens of participating restaurants.
And have fun and let us know what you think. And if you just got here,
Oh,
You
okay.
are watching-
Time for a commercial break.
you're watching This Week in Baltimore Eating with Richard Gorelick, which is brought to you by Eddie's of Roland Park. Keep those New Year's resolutions with their fresh salads, lean meats and fish, and colorful produce. Lots of vegan options,
Hey,
too.
we were just talking about that.
Be sure to comment during this show.
Like
and
and
share. And follow us at #JMoreEating.
Well said. Do you want to tell us about some new openings, such as?
Yeah. Well, you remember I think we told you that Bagby Pizza was closing.
Yeah.
It's it's taken over now by the Atlas Restaurant Group,
Okay.
which owns about 9 different properties in Harbor East.
Yeah.
And they are going to be opening Italian Disco is the name of
That's
that.
a horrible name. I'm sorry.
No, I like
No,
it.
I don't like it.
I kind of like it.
What? I mean, okay.
Uh,
Okay, fine. Keep going. Tell us about this.
Pizza and more Italian fare there, but it's a pizzeria. And let's see, that was the big one. We also heard that Waterfront Kitchen is going to be rebranded.
Great.
Same ownership, but rebranded. So when is the opening date?
Early
spring, summer of this year. And it's going to be called Ampersea. A play on the word ampersand with
get it.
C, S-E-A on the end.
I get it.
And it's going to be remodeled. And we'll be looking forward to that. The chef will be Nelson Morton. And that's news out of Fells Point.
All right.
And
Yes.
more news out of Fells Point that I didn't
Oh.
even tell you about.
Yeah.
Mare Nostrum, that
Oh, yeah.
the Turkish Greek restaurant that closed a few months back, will be opening up as another pizzeria.
Really?
Yes.
Good. Because
Yep.
I can never have enough pizzerias. I like a
And-
good pizzeria.
I have a rumor
Uh-oh.
that I didn't tell
I
you.
love rumors. Tell us a rumor.
The Lost City Diner.
Yeah.
Look for it to come back.
As Lost City Diner or
There'll
what?
still be
What
Lost
is
City
going
Diner.
on?
Be Lost City Diner. I can't tell you too much, but it should be reopening this spring under new management.
Oh.
I'm not sure about new
Interesting.
ownership, but definitely new management.
New management. I mean, that place closes twice a year.
It's open and closed a lot under different regimes. It's at different
Yeah.
owners and different managers, but it's a beautiful space.
It's a great space and it's a great location. And I would like to be able to go into a diner when I'm over at the movies or big or whatever.
So look for it to come back. The person who I think is going to be running it is certainly capable of running it. It's different. It's a different management team. So don't associate it with anything in the past.
Right. So don't judge it.
Well, it's not. Why would you? It's
Yeah,
different
you don't have
management and
to.
different ownership. So people in Baltimore do that. They get
Well, yeah, there are
fixated.
places I have never gone back into after bad service, and I get a lot of bad service in this town.
Yeah, but sometimes if it's under different ownership and
You
management,
should go back.
You should go back.
You should open your mind and go back. I'm opening my mind, Richard. I'm listening
Good.
to what you're saying.
But I mean, not to say you're typical, but that's a typical thing here with Baltimoreans. They don't.
because we don't have the time for that. We want to go to the places we know are good, or we want to try new things. There's like a zillion new things a month.
Yeah, but it seems so unfair to judge a place by its previous ownership.
Okay, but just really fast, I'll just tell you, I was in Lost City Diner one time having horrible service, and the little waitress girl was like so out of it, and she got our entire order wrong, and I pointed it out to her, and she said, "Oh, I'm like an idiot." And that was her.
But she's not there anymore.
Hopefully she's
there.
gone.
It's different ownership and or different management.
All right, you guys tell us. Would you go back? Are you gonna give it a try?
I'm taking Amanda to Lost City Diner when it opens.
Oh, thanks, Richie. I'll go. I'll meet you there. I want a good shake. Do you want to tell us what about the horrible news that happened in Fells Point? We never talked about it.
Yeah, we took a week off because of bad weather. And we're sorry that our friends at Peter's Inn are temporarily out of business, and we don't know yet when they're going to be reopening because they don't know when they're going to be reopening. So no one's hiding information from you. They're just they need to get more inspectors in there and more contractors before they can tell us.
Right.
And then we'll tell you.
They had a fire, for those of you who don't.
They had a fire right before New Year's Eve, like at the 29th or 30th.
Total bummer. I love that place.
Yeah, Peter's Inn on the corner of Eastern and Ann. One of my favorite restaurants.
It is. It's actually my top 10 in Baltimore. Absolutely. All right. Do you want to talk about any more news you've got?
These other things. I've been seeing a lot on my Facebook feed about Rise Biscuits and Donuts in Timonium, which is opening this week, I think. That looks good. Their stuff looks good.
Okay. Donuts are having a major resurgence. Like cupcakes seem to have gone by the wayside. Yes. I like a cupcake, but they're gone.
I think it is a year for donuts, and
I guess we're fattening up because we're so depressed.
I think people like donuts.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
I was trying to politicize this whole thing, but
donuts
that's fine.
have a good kind of. They cut across classes too. They cut across class boundaries in a way that cupcakes don't. I think lots of different working class folks like a donut.
Like a good donut.
Yeah.
Police
officers.
It's
very blue collar, but I think it works
workers.
at the white collar level too.
All right. And what about any more of your news items?
This place.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think we will.
These guys? Any of these?
What's that? Peter's Inn. Oh, that's tonight on Beat Bobby Flay. Chef Kiram Putnam of Apropos. That's at the Baltimore Marriott Waterfront. That's on today at 10 o'clock on Beat Bobby Flay. Is that on the Food Network?
Yes, it is.
So you can see if a Baltimore chef can
beat Bobby Flay.
I have a story about Bobby Flay.
Tell us.
I accidentally texted him last night. I don't know why he was in my phone. I must have had it.
How did he get in there?
I interviewed him about, 5 years ago when at the opening of Bobby Flay Burgers.
Yeah.
So that's not what it's called, but.
No, yeah, isn't it? Bobby Burgers. Whatever, yes.
At the casino. What's that casino? Maryland Live Casino. Mm-hmm. And I
There's
interviewed him. And they must have given me his phone number so I could text him, although that didn't make sense because I was working with
his handlers or whoever.
I think I interviewed him about something else too. Bobby Flay. Anyway,
yes.
He was in my phone. He was in my contacts, which was hard to figure out because I've had so many different phone numbers.
Yeah, but you know how technology is. They just connect.
But there he was. So I was texting someone named Bobby about something completely unrelated to food.
Uh-oh. Was it clean?
It was very clean. It was very clean. It's kind of nerdy. And Bobby Flay wrote back, wrong Bobby.
That's hilarious. Bobby. Hi, Bobby Flay. You should watch us. You should come on.
And I said, sorry. I realized as soon as I sent it. And Bobby Flay wrote back, excuse me, who is this?
And did you answer?
I said, yeah.
And did he understand?
Then he understood. Then he said, no problem, bye.
Oh, he didn't say, hey, Richard, what's up?
Nah.
Oh.
I didn't tell him who. I told him what I was.
You should have invited him to join us today. Why not?
If you're listening, Bobby Flay, if you're listening to this Week in Baltimore Eating with Richard Gorelick, please
join us.
Comment.
Comment, thumbs up, like, share, but also you have an open invitation to just come hang out with us whenever you feel like it. So does Gordon Ramsay, by the way. I'm just going to throw that out there. Okay, are you done, or do you anything else you want to cover?
Food Plenty is open in Clarksville.
Oh, that's at that new development.
That's a restaurant from Victoria Gastropub.
Right, and everyone really likes that place. I've eaten there a couple times.
Yeah.
Kind of just because it's the only thing to eat out there as far as I'm concerned.
And I think that's it for me.
Okay, then. So tune in every Thursday at 12:30
Every Thursday.
for This Week in Baltimore Eating, which has been brought to you by Eddie's of Roland Park, your source for quality prepared foods, deli sandwiches, fresh seafood, and unique gifts. Learn more at eddiesofrolandpark.com.
Yep.
Follow us at #JMoreEating. Tell your friends. What else?
Hey, Amanda, you can report back on your restaurant week travels.
I will. I'll report back. You're going to report back. You guys should report to us where you go, and be sure to read his top 10 list at jmoreliving.com.
I'm still on paleo. I'm on a paleo this month.
You're gonna. That's
it's
a challenge.
It's a challenge at my gym.
But when I was looking through that list, I saw a ton of meat-heavy menus.
Yes, it's very tricky being strictly paleo because you don't know how food in restaurants is prepared. Because paleo is very strict about any kind of soy. So that any kind of teriyaki or soy is out anything with sugar at all. So if there's sugar in a marinade, we can't
then there's
have it.
tons of sugar in all these menus. Yeah. All right. Well, so Richard's going to have a challenge. I'll do the work if I have to. Fine. You guys do the work. You tell us.
But it's fun to see which restaurants can accommodate. I know paleo is not everyone's cup of tea, but some restaurants are so happy about when you ask things like that. They just love to show off.
Okay. So we'll see what happens. And next time you see Richard, he's going to be super skinny. Have a great week and be healthy. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye, everybody.